presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. On the Ravens sideline, look at their head coach. These guys 2-0 to begin the season with both of those victories coming at home. A warm welcome to all of you tuning in. Kate Scott and Brock Hewer with you as Evan McPherson's going to get us started. And off we go from Cincy. This makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they can be facing third down to begin this ballgame. So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They send the tight end in motion. Lamar now from the gun. He finds the rookie from Mississippi State, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Lamar throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson yet again. This is Cox going right back to Andrews. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Slot man in motion left. Mitchell up the middle. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
That's another Baltimore first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Baltimore.
Again, this is Mitchell. And he'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
The tackle from Demetrius White. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Bengals' 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. Has some room to work. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
An extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Gets him on the in route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Burrow from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Ravens crowding the passing lanes. They go into the dime for 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from the deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Off a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Like, turn them against their own team. A little quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you'll start to murmur, and you might even hear a few poo birds.
Lamar off the play fake. Finds his fullback. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down. The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Cincinnati headed back out for its 2nd drive now. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. First down, Burrow to throw. Completed over the middle. And not a lot available there. Makes it to the 26. Tackled there by Mike Green.
4 yards.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Waller with the catch. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Bengals have a 1st down.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Burrow out of the shotgun. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. The 1st down from the 41.
17 yards. And the Bengals 1st down.
Now give this up the middle to ETN. Keeps away from one. By a man, he's in the clear. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Travis Etienne, the touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards. But the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Jackson, quick pass wide. And some excellent work to drive them all the way out past the 30-yard line. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Dax Hill up for the stop.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
The left side is nabbed by Bateman. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Ravens.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Going to the ground again on first. He started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. B.J. Hill, the one to bring him down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in the game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 8. That's another. Baltimore.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and
From the gun, Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down. A big red zone stop.
They've held him out twice. Chance at another stop here. 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9. After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Looking to throw, Burrow. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Brings up 3rd down.
Burrow's going to speak it. And this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
That right there, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's kind of a manhood test, Kate. When you get pushed backwards on a 3rd down QB sneak, you're going to look at each other in the huddle and say, that can't happen again.
I guess he didn't really quite know his own strength there. That kick cleared the end zone entirely. It's going to be a touchback. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Into the hands of Likely. He hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Lamar now from the gun. Hauled in by Bateman over the middle. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's good. Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
And again, it's Jackson. Right back to Flowers they go. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. New set of downs for him. It starts at the 38.
And the Baltimore, first down.
Now again, right side to Mitchell. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun snap to Jackson.
36-yard line.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
1st and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Baltimore, first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. He brings it in. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now.
At the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Jackson's going to throw again. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
It's third down.
Jackson yet again. Brings it in. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first.
First and goal.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They motion Bateman over right. Mitchell does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. With the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on second and goal. Now it's Lamar. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Final timeout taken by the Bengals. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third and goal now. Can they find that final yard? The give now to Mitchell. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
An extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens double their lead to 14.
Bengals 7.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here's Jones. He's got a lane up past the 30. Has a hole left, room to run. Touchdown! He takes the kick all the way back for 6. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Bengals 14.
What do you think, Brock? Did we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Return starts at the 9. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. First down, here's Lamar. This one's to Andrews out right. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Looking to throw, Jackson. Too much lead on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of his target. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down. Throw here, third down. The left side, caught by Andrews. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Ooh, baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. So that's all the way over the end zone for a touchback.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Out come the Bengals. It's their ball first, leaving the locker room. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, 2 yards there.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 2 yards.
Burrow out of the shotgun.
It's second and 8.
Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. Dump off caught by his back. Wow, and they're actually going to lose some yardage here as they fail to convert. Now they're facing 4th down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Baltimore running its offense out now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Mitchell on the carry. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Hits his running back. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson throwing here. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Get some space around midfield. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Baltimore first down. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Here's Mitchell again. Working a couple yards past the line. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Has his man. It's cut by Andrews. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
That's good for Baltimore first down.
They go play fake with Jackson. This is Cox going right back to Andrews. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out.
13
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
And the Baltimore first down.
On the handoff, here's Mitchell. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
The 19-yard line.
Lamar now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's good for Baltimore first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
SOS. You hear me talk about it between the 20s a lot. Stay on schedule. But it comes into play first and goal situations too. Because a run like that now, well, it leaves that whole playbook wide open for you.
Out wide. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this two-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here comes Williams on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Burrow on first down. Complete out to the right. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5.
Burrow from the gun. Finds Chase on the slant. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. He picks up 15 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Burrow on the play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it.
Bengals first down. First and 10.
Sticking in the air. It's Burrow. That's on the quick hitter. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. All set now. First and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
In the red zone now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and reminder, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
On third down, here's Burrow. Brought in. And that's a solid stop there to limit the damage. Gave up some, but it's still fourth down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They're going to try with ETN. And he can't get the push they needed. They hold him at the line and send him packing after a turnover on downs.
These fourth down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Baltimore offense to the line now. First and 10. Lamar back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
It leads to second and 10.
Throwing again is Lamar. Completed to his running back. And the stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
First down, here's Lamar. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. So just one quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. The Ravens have the football, and more importantly, partner, a solid lead. Defense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Mitchell gets it from the gun. Escapes the defender. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
18. That's good for Baltimore. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Flying down the middle of Henry. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
The gun. Here's Jackson. Blocked by Flowers. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another.
Here's Mitchell. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
The tackle made by B.J. Hill. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And motion him out of the backfield left.
42-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Hits on the out route. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And off now to Hill. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. A new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
That's another Baltimore first down.
Now it's Jackson. He keeps it and takes off. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And off headed right. It's Hill. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have likely locked up the win right there. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. On the return, here's Jones. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. They liked how that drive was going, but the ND and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Caught on the comeback route. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Bengals first down.
Design quarterback run here. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
To the air on 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, they get to Brown. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. When each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. On the move, headed right. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So they'll decline this and take the result. New set of downs for them from the 31. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
11 more yards. That's another Bengals.
Looking inside the red zone. They'll try and run this. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. There's the hurry up here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Burrow. Off the end zone and out. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Ravens get him, down he goes. Offense in a hurry up here.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
Desperation time here on 4th. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Result of the play.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Ravens trotting out their offense. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
A gain of 29 yards.
They'll give it to Hill. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards.
Justice Hill.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
39-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Lamar. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this down to the 28. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Ravens looking at a 3-0 start to the season. To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Give right up the gut to Hill. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They go right back to Hill. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
His kick is good at the ends, but boy, Brock, we might see some words exchanged at midfield here as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL as they're now up to a 3-0 start. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.